Today, you are going to become a great mouse and keyboard player, and that starts right here, where I'm going to be giving you guys the best possible keyboard and mouse settings, including the best keyboard binds that I find the most optimal and the best possible settings for you to use aim-wise as well. That way you could hit every single shot and never miss an edit again. Now, because I'm helping you, if you guys could help me by using my code in the item shop, SR3, as well as subscribing to the channel if you guys are new, that would help me out a ton. I have been on keyboard for 3 months straight, grinding these exact settings, and I'm already hitting crazy clips just like these. Now that you've seen the clip and you know these settings are real, let's just jump straight into my settings where we're going straight to the keyboard and mouse binds. I'm going to start with the keyboard binds first. If you guys do want the mouse settings, you guys can skip ahead to a later date. But I'm going to go through all of these and explain to you why I think they're optimal overall. Starting with the movement binds, I do find WASD to be the best and probably most common set that you can use. But I know there is some people like Jiven who use ESDF. I do not recommend it personally, but I just use the default movement binds. Now, my sprint I do have on caps lock. I found that to be the most comfortable spot for me. I can still jump, edit, and anything I need to do while I'm sprinting, which is a huge benefit. Now, for fire and target, obviously, it's just the left click, right click, nothing crazy. I have my toggle scope mode off. I don't like it at all. I want to be scoped in at all times. I used to accidentally hit it. My reload is R. It's a pretty standard bind. It's pretty normal. Now, for use, a lot of people on keyboard and mouse want to use scroll wheel pickup. So you want to bind your scroll wheel pickup to either up or down. This is a huge benefit to winning chest 50-50s and just winning more fights overall, especially off spawn. But I do recommend having a backup pickup bind. Mine is T. You guys don't have to use T. You can use whatever you want. Scroll wheel pickup is the main thing that I use to pick things up. Now, for me, my pickaxe is on Q. I find it the most comfortable. I wasn't using Q for any other bind, and it's super easy for me to go from my pickaxe to my shotgun because my shotgun's in my 1 slot. So that just makes it a lot easier for me to use. Now, for my weapon slots, I just use 1 through 5. Normally, shotgun starting at 1. Then it'll be AR, SMG, and then like a movement item at 3. And then my last 2 are normally. Now for my builds, I have my wall on my bottom mouse button, which is 4. I do recommend using wall and stair on your mouse binds. And then I have my floor on F. I know some people edit with F, but I honestly think editing with E is a lot better than it is with F. Then my stairs, like I said, are also on my mouse button. It's on the top mouse button. And then my pyramid is on shift, which is honestly just super easy. I've always used shift. I feel like it's a pretty common bind. And my traps are on X. There's not a lot of traps normally in the game, so you don't have to worry about it too. Now, like I said, for editing, I do think E is the absolute best editing bind. I've tried F. I've used V, which is a thumb bind. I've used left shift even, and I honestly found the most success using E, and I think I've stuck with it the most. Now, I do recommend using scroll wheel reset, which means you bind, again, one of your scrolls up or down, depending on which bound you're used to. For me, I have it bound down, and then I also have it at this reset building edit. I also have it bound down. So anytime I'm trying to reset a build, I just scroll down and it instantly resets the build for me. Super easy, super quick. Place marker, I just use V, and that's basically every single thing you need to worry about in your settings for keybinds. I do think those are the most optimal binds for you to use, and I think everyone should try getting used to these. Like I said, I've been playing on these for 3 months straight, and they're some of the best binds I've ever used. Now, after getting all of our binds, now we're going to go over to the sense tab where we're going to go over all of the sensitivity that you're going to want to use. And I do believe I have the best sense possible for a fast to slow sense, meaning you're missing 0 shot and you're not missing an edit as well. Now, I do play on 1600 DPI, which you can change in your mouse's software, or some mice actually have a button on the bottom or top that will change the DPI. So like I said, I am on 1600 DPI on a 3.3, 3.3. with a 50-50 aiming sense. Now, this is the best possible sense I can use. I don't miss shots. I don't miss edits. I'm flying. It just feels amazing. Now, I do play increased building and editing sensitivities, 115 for both of them. It doesn't make a crazy difference, but it does help out a little bit for awkward edits. Now, one thing I do recommend a lot of people do not do is turning on ignore controller input and lock input as mouse. This reduces your input delay on Fortnite on keyboard and mouse so much, and people do not even talk about it. Now, I used to use custom diagonals, which is double movement for keyboard. I recently turned it off, and I found myself enjoying it a lot more. I can set up peaks better. Personally, I'm keeping the setting off. I think it's the best. I don't think anything else even comes close. Outside of Fortnite, there is a couple settings you're going to want to turn off to make sure your mouse and keyboard feel as smooth as possible. So starting off first, we're going to go over to this Windows button here, and we're going to search mouse, and we're going to hit mouse setting. Once you have this pulled up, you're going to come over to the right and hit additional mouse options. This little tab is going to pop up. You're going to go to pointer options and make sure this enhanced pointer precision is off. This is mouse acceleration, which makes your mouse feel really crappy and really bad. it is not as much raw input when you have it on. So you want to turn it off, that way it's as raw input as possible, meaning you can get the best aim you can possibly get. After turning off the mouse acceleration, we're going to go back to the bottom and type in sticky, and we're going to click the first thing that pops up, which should take you to the keyboard tab, and we're going to turn off sticky keys. You do not want this. Basically, if you spam your shift, an icon will pop up and it'll be like, do you want sticky key or something dumb, and it just affects your keyboard's performance because it'll literally lag your game or even tab you out sometimes, which you do not want. So just turn that off. Super easy, super simple. Now I have one more thing outside of Fortnite for you guys to do, and not every single mouse supports this, but if yours does, you're gonna want to. Like I said, not every single mouse allows this, but mine does. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna come to your mouse's software. You're gonna go to DPI, like I said, again, put it at 1600 if it's available to you. And I do recommend playing on 4000 polling rate if you allow it. But if you do have frame issues on 4000, click it down to 2000 polling rate, and you'll hopefully not see any frame issues anymore. And if you do, just go take it right back down to 1000. But I play on 4000. I don't have any issues on my PC. But like I said, not every single mouse has this. I know a lot of the most common mice do. Like I'm pretty sure the Logitech has a 2K, and then the Razer Viper can go all the way up to 8K, but do not use that. You want to stay at that 4K. It is a perfect range for you. Getting the best binds and settings for your mouse is great, but it's not going to just magically turn you into Peter Bot. You need to hop into a creative map like this one. This is the Raiders Mechanic Training Map, and I think it's one of the best maps. The code is at the top of the screen if you guys do want to try it. And I'll just kind of run you through a couple things that I think would help you a ton while getting used to the new binds and sense that you're going to be using. Honestly, you can just run through these edit drills super easily. I kind of normally when I get on, I run through every single one of these drills. I'm not going to do that right now, but if you just spam these drills, and it'll just reset you right back to the top, so you can do it as many times as you want over and over again. Honestly, it's a really good way to get used to make sure you're pressing the right buttons and editing as quick as you possibly can. I just got on, so I kind of need this warm up right now. But like I said, it resets over and over, and there is a ton of these. There is even an editing tower that'll help you with your edit timing. There's so many different things you could do. I'm not sponsored by this map, by the way. It's just something I genuinely use to improve on keyboard, especially making a new switch. Now, other than the editing part, you can go back to home and go into the piece section. I honestly think this is the best section for people, especially if you're learning the new binds. If you copied my binds today and you're not used to playing on them, come into here, hit the play all, and just kind of run through it. Even if you have to do it slow, tap everything slowly and set yourself up for the best possible peaks that you can get, as well as getting the best piece control, because doing these over and over again will over time, you'll build the muscle memory of all of your binds, which is exactly what you're trying to do, as well as just getting the best possible practice you can get and setting yourself up to win fights in game. Like I said, I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just kind of showing you guys, you know, just a couple things you could do inside to make sure you're getting as much practice as you can. They even have an aim section for you in this map as well, which is huge. Personally, I play the reaction flicks, which just kind of sends a bot flying at you, and you just shoot it as it comes out. It's actually really good practice. Like I said, I'm just getting on, so I kind of need this warm up myself. And you can do it as long as you want to. I normally play that one, the glider tracking, which I think is insanely good, because it's kind of realistic, to be honest. It's insane how advanced these maps are getting. You don't even need things like Kovacs anymore, which I might need it apparently. But you don't even need things like Kovacs anymore, because Fortnite has almost every single thing you need built into it now, which is huge if you're trying to improve at this game. Now, like I said, you can do that as many times as you want. I do that one. I do these surge tags because I do play competitive, so I want to make sure I'm getting as good as accuracy and as much surge for my team as I can possibly get. But this does help with your long-range aim regardless, so I do recommend playing it even if you're not playing competitive and you're just trying to improve to win ranked games or even just win pub games, you know? It's best to improve in all categories, and then you could just absolutely dominate your friends in 1v1s, which is also huge. After the surge tags, I'll play the bounce tracking, and then this is normally all I play in the aim section. I don't play the other ones as much. I just kind of play these ones. I think they warm up my aim enough, and they focus on the main things that I want to, which is actually a huge advantage. So after the aim, honestly, like I said, routines don't have to take forever. You can do it as long as you want, or you can just hop in here for a little bit. Now, after that, I normally hop into the free build section, and I turn the speed down to about 80, which slows everything down. This is going to work on your crosshair placement, which is a huge thing that people don't actually pay any attention to when they're playing keyboard, apparently. Like, they just don't even think about it. They just kind of fling their mouse all over the place. But this will give you a lot more precision and overall control over your edits, which means you're going to have better aim out of your edits and all types of different things. as well as, again, learning binds, playing slower like this, and it's forcing you to play slower. You couldn't even play faster if I wanted to. I'm not physically moving fast. So if you're learning the binds that I showed you, or you're just trying to learn your binds in general, this is the best possible way for you to do it, because you can do anything. You can learn retakes, all types of stuff in here. After I'm doing this, I hit the reset, and I'll take it up to 120 and try to get used to everything moving quick, which will also just make it so I'm a lot faster. The faster I can run through these edits, the faster I'm going to be able to edit regularly, which is huge. So when I put this back to 100, everything feels slow, even though it's not. It's normal pace, but I'm still able to just fly through the edits, kind of how I just was. So it helps a ton, and it's a huge thing. I know a lot of pros that used to do this. Polarized used to talk about doing it all the time, and I know there is many other pros that do this consistently. As far as creative maps, this is the only one I play. The only other thing I could recommend is maybe just 1v1ing your friends and stuff. Now, when you're feeling comfortable on your binds and you feel like you don't need creative anymore, I recommend jumping right into ranked reload, because I do think you can get the best possible fighting practice in ranked reload, considering other players are constantly respawning, you're constantly respawning, and the game doesn't feel laggy at all. So you can just kind of run around and edit towards people and try to full box everyone you fight. Meaning it is a good way to try to learn what you can and cannot do while you're fighting other players. Oh my. Really, dude? That's what I'm talking about, though. I can just respawn right back in. I don't have to load into another game, which is a huge advantage to trying to improve with this game quickly. $200. You got nothing on me. Nothing. Oh. Oh my. I mean, I'm moving on him. There's nothing he can even do about it. Full box. Now, I've showed you the map to how to improve on your binds, and I've also shown you the best binds and settings possible for you to use. Now, with that, it is up to you to go out there and improve. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.